Good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us for the 2021 NALMS conference. My name is Michelle Balmer and I'm coming to you from my home office. We are excited to announce and celebrate this year's winners for NALMS Awards. Of course, we wish we could be gathering in person this year, but we are looking forward to 2022 when we will hopefully finally be able to see everyone's smiling faces in person once again. On behalf of the Nominations Committee and the NALMS Board, I'm honored to announce this year's recipients for the NALMS Leadership and Service Awards and the NALMS Appreciation Awards. Each year, NALMS presents two categories of awards: Leadership and Service Awards and Appreciation Awards. Leadership and Service Awards recognize and honor individuals or teams within the following categories: volunteer and community education and outreach. This year, we are honoring the work of two volunteers. This award recognizes an individual or team for significant volunteer efforts devoted to lake and reservoir management. Our first recipient for Leadership and Service Awards for outstanding volunteer efforts is Tom Margato. Tom Margato is the current president of the Vermilion Lakes Association. Upper and Lower Vermilion Lakes are located near Cumberland, Wisconsin and Barron County. Tom has held the position since 2012, having been the association's vice president since 2008. He considers himself the local watchdog of the lake. Tom spends many hundreds of hours every year working to improve the quality of the Upper and Lower Vermilion Lakes, with his main focus being to eradicate Eurasian water milfoil and curlyleaf pondweed. Since 2008, he has successfully helped to reduce the total coverage of Eurasian water milfoil from 12 to 15 acres down to about 3 to 4 acres. Tom sends out a newsletter to residents around the lakes twice a year, informing them of the ongoing battle with invasive plants, as well as any news regarding our loon population and other items of local interest. He organizes a meeting of the lake residents once a year in the spring, where a guest speaker gives a brief presentation on lake water quality. Congratulations, Tom. Our next Leadership and Service Award for volunteer efforts is awarded to Craig Seeger. As a retired high school teacher, Craig Seeger is currently co-vice president of the Chautauqua Watershed Conservancy. In addition to his administrative duties, Craig is the chair of the Conservancy's Conservation Committee and is totally hands-on when it comes to the care and maintenance of the 31 preserves and 1,000+ acres in Chautauqua's Lakes watershed. He not only donates his time, but also his bright red Ford truck for taking the preserve maintenance equipment to the site and considers the many miles driven part of the donation.
Hi, I'm John Jablonski, Executive Director of the Chautauqua Watershed Conservancy. We at the Conservancy are delighted that Craig Seeger has been recognized for a 2021 Leadership and Service Award. CWC has conserved over 1,000 acres of lands with an objective of delivering clean waters to Chautauqua Lake, Lake Erie, and other waters in the Chautauqua region of New York State. Craig Seeger has served as our volunteer preserve foreman for the past 6 years, working to make these properties available and attractive for public recreational use, including the installation of signs, educational kiosks, multiple footbridges, kayak ramp, and maintenance of trails at 8 improved preserves. In his role as co-vice president, Craig led the effort for CWC to acquire a new office to accommodate the growth of the organization and properly house its staff and preserve maintenance equipment. Craig's efforts to improve our properties have led to over 5,000 persons using these watershed preserves since COVID began, resulting in introducing our lake and watershed conservation mission to thousands more residents and visitors in his tenure as a leader and a volunteer. Thank you.
The Leadership and Service Award for Community Education and Outreach recognizes the individual or team for design, facilitation, or performance of exceptional education and outreach activity, facilitating community understanding and appreciation for lake and reservoir management. This year's award winner is the Alberta Lake Management Society. For the last 30 years, the Alberta Lake Management Society, or ALMS, has been working diligently to monitor and share lake health information across the province of Alberta, Canada, and to build strong community ties with its education and outreach activities. ALMS facilitates an extensive volunteer-based water quality monitoring program called Lake Watch, now in its 25th year, involving local watershed volunteers and NALMS staff to collect information about their community lakes and reservoirs. Involvement of citizens in monitoring has allowed for education and engagement of those individual citizens and their communities. NALMS also brings together community members, government leaders, NGOs, and industry leaders through their annual conference and through webinars and presentations to local lake groups. These outstanding educational opportunities allow lake and limnology experts to share their current information and research. Additionally, NALMS has created a scholarship program to encourage and support students in disciplines related to lake management. Many of these students go on to careers in lake-related fields, and this multiplies the educational impact of NALMS. Congratulations to the Alberta Lake Management Society. Advancements in Lake Management Technologies Award is given to an individual or team discovering, developing, or refining innovative methods, technologies, or processes targeting safer, cost-effective, and more effective lake, reservoir, or watershed management. This year's Appreciation Award for Advancements in Lake Management Technologies is awarded to CD3 General Benefit Corporation. Until the invention of the 3DC systems, the economics of aquatic invasive species decontamination strategies and AIS education and awareness campaigns were at a crossroads. This divide was driven by the cost to operate AIS decontamination sites and an inability to actualize low-cost, proven prevention strategies of cleaning, draining, drying, and disposing of bait at a boat launch. As a potential solution to bridge this gap of economics and education, CD3 Systems, Clean, Drain, Dry, and Dispose, developed a suite of cleaning stations and digital resources to empower boaters themselves to stop the spread of AIS. Over 100 systems have now been deployed nationwide to help boaters prevent the spread of AIS.
Invasive species like milfoil and zebra mussels are an attack on our water. They destroy lakes, rivers, and streams, robbing our economy of over $140 billion annually and stealing from future generations. Sadly, this damage is often self-inflicted. Every day, boaters accidentally transport threats. Current solutions are too costly and cannot scale. Boaters must be empowered to act themselves. Thankfully, CD3 has developed user-operated watercraft cleaning stations to clean, drain, dry, and dispose. Cloud-connected to monitor use and maintenance, CD3 stations have the potential to reduce risk at over 36,000 boat landings nationwide. By empowering boaters today, CD3 watercraft cleaning stations defend our water and economy for the future.
Our next award recognizes an individual or team with notable accomplishments of lake and reservoir management efforts that demonstrate improvements in lake reservoir condition or watershed management efforts in a cost-effective manner. The award for Lake Management Success Stories is awarded this year to the Lake Hopatcong Commission and Lake Hopatcong Foundation. The Lake Hopatcong Commission and the Lake Hopatcong Foundation have worked tirelessly to make Lake Hopatcong a safe and reliable place to live and recreate. After being challenged with several harmful algal blooms, LHC and LHF worked with Princeton Hydro and several project partners to implement strategies for combating HABs. In 2020 and 2021, project partners worked together to develop and implement nearshore projects to address HABs and limit the availability of phosphorus. These projects included a large nutrient inactivation treatment with Phoslog, the use of an alternative non-copper-based algicide, installation and monitoring of biochar to remove phosphorus from the water and stormwater, and installation of various nearshore aeration systems and floating wetland islands. Concentrations of total phosphorus have dropped dramatically since implementation, and all of the in-lake and watershed efforts have had a positive impact on reducing available phosphorus and in turn, reducing the size and magnitude of HABs on Lake Hopatcong. Congratulations to the Lake Hopatcong Commission and Lake Hopatcong Foundation.
Hi, my name is Colleen Lyons. I'm here representing the Lake Hopatcong Commission and the Lake Hopatcong Foundation to accept the Appreciation Award from NALMS. We so appreciate your recognition of our hard work to prevent HABs on Lake Opakon. And this work wouldn't have been possible without the collaboration of our 4 municipalities, 2 counties, our state university, and Princeton Hydro. In addition, we did receive funding through state HAB initiatives, and we're so lucky to have that funding available. Thank you so much for the recognition of our hard work, and we appreciate it.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrew Patterson, Co-Editor-in-Chief of Lake and Reservoir Management, and I'm coming to you tonight from my kitchen table in Muskoka, Ontario. It's my pleasure to announce the winner of the Jimla Bounty Best Paper Award on behalf of my co-editor Andrea Smith and the entire editorial board of LRM. Before I do, Andrea and I would like to begin with a few words of thanks. We'd first like to thank and recognize LRM's associate editors for their continued dedication to the journal and for their leadership in publishing truly meaningful science on lake management. The associate editors are all volunteers, and it's not a stretch to say that they do the bulk of the work in moving papers through the peer review process. This year we would like to send a special word of thanks to Dr. Ken Wagner, who twice served as editor-in-chief for Lake and Reservoir Management and served on the editorial board for 26 years. After nearly 3 decades, Ken has decided to retire from the board. Frankly, it's hard to imagine LRM without him being involved. So Ken, thank you. We're grateful for your service and for your mentorship over the past few years. We would also like to send thank yous to the reviewers who volunteer to help improve the quality of the papers we publish, and to the authors for their valuable contributions to the journal. We really do miss our face-to-face time with all of you at the annual meeting, and we encourage you to please get in touch with us if you have questions about lake and reservoir management. Today, we recognize lake management science by presenting this year's winner of the Jimla Bounty Award for the best paper published in lake and reservoir management over the past year. In 2021, we had 8 nominations from papers published in the last 2 issues of 2020 and the first 2 issues of 2021. And we want to begin by recognizing all of the nominees to thank them for their excellent contributions to the journal. It's worth remembering that the Jimla Bounty Best Paper Award is a peer award. It's an honor just to be nominated. So this year, after 4 rounds of voting, it's our pleasure to announce that the winner of the Jimla Bounty Best Paper Award is for a paper entitled Low Sediment Redox Promotes Cyanobacteria Blooms Across a Trophic Range, Implications for Management. The paper is authored by Louis Malott, Sherry Schiff, Jason Van Kitteswarren, Helen Balch, Scott Higgins, Arthur Zastepa, Mark Verschoor, and Dan Walters. So congratulations to all of the co-authors for your valuable and well-received contribution. A complete list of all of the nominated papers will soon appear on the Noms website. And thanks again to our publisher Taylor and Francis. All of these papers will be available through open access on the journal's website for a month in early 2022.
The Jim Flynn Award recognizes outstanding contributions to NALMS from a corporate member. This year's Jim Flynn Award winner is Aquarius Systems. As a manufacturer, their direct impact on lakes and watersheds may seem minimal, but for almost 60 years, the equipment they manufacture has helped clean and restore waters around the globe. Aquarius Systems has thousands of customers that they support in any way possible, through parts and service, offering advice, and linking them with other customers having similar problems, or simply congratulating them on removing a record amount of phosphorus from their harvesting efforts. From weed removal, debris removal, and wetland restoration, Aquarius Systems wants the world to know that they love our lakes and support those on the front lines making a difference. Noms is thankful for the partnership they've had with Aquarius Systems over the years. They've continually sponsored NALMS conferences and events, and we thank them for their ongoing partnership. Congratulations, Aquarius Systems.
Not only are these machines made in Wisconsin, they were invented in Wisconsin. material comes in and our guys bend it, punch it, cut it, weld it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the award ceremony for this year's NALMS meeting. We have here today me, Linda Green, the 2019 recipient of the Sekidisk Award, and Ann Chartel, the 2020 recipient of the Sekidisk Award. The Sekidisk Award is the highest award that the association gives to its members. And it's for outstanding work, long-term work, benefiting lakes, reservoirs, and the organization. So it is with great pleasure and honor that we nominate this person for the NALMS Sekidisk Award. This person exemplifies the goals and objectives of NALMS, striving to protect the exchange of information on aspects of managing lakes and their watersheds, promote public awareness of lake ecosystems, and actively engage others in the protection and management of lakes. This person's quiet leadership restored balance to NALMS, reinvigorating our membership, committees, and programs, and providing guidance through the development of a new format, strategic plan, and guiding implementation of that plan while hiring new staff and maintaining long-term relationships with past board members, NALMS founders, and key members. This person has served NALMS for over 20 years as a committee member, committee chair, director, and a president. Concurrently, she serves on a NALMS affiliate for the past 15 years as board member, president, conference coordinator, and more. In addition to this person's leadership on the local level, she joined the NALMS board in 2006, serving as at-large director before being elected as a regional director. Under her steady leadership, NALMS hired new staff, hired the first Seki-Dippin intern, rolled out a new website, launched the inaugural student video series, and streamlined the certification process. More importantly, this person, under her guidance, NALMS re-entered the national policy stage, submitting comments for the inaugural White House Water Summit.
Well, as a NALMS member and former president, I also learned that she has served on nearly every NALMS committee. Certainly speaks to her dedication. She launched a committee that I think is a very important addition, which is the Communications Committee. For our organization, it's just as important that we can communicate out our science, our policy, and our information about lakes to a wide audience, so I think that's very important. She also updated several different manuals that we had. The staff manual was a big one, I remember that. Strategic plan updates, those are important. And she also was a steady voice to launch and develop our ethics statement. She started her career as an intern, and I won't tell you where, but in 1999, while a graduate student for lake monitoring. So the lake monitoring program in her state. And I think probably for many of us, the field work is how we got hooked on limnology in the first place. She has the track record over her many years of service as being that leader who steps forward, maybe not with the most popular topics, but with the most necessary and needed topics. She has also been a champion for the dip in. Since it was transferred to NALMS in 2015, she has been the program leader and helped to secure an EPA data grant that allowed the database to be upgraded. Now I'll give you the final hint, which is to say Oklahoma. And with that, this year's recipient of the Sekidisk Award is Julie Chambers.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Julie.
I'm so very honored and humbled to receive this year's Sekidisk Award. To be nominated by my peers from an organization that means so much to me is so very special. I started coming to NALMS in the early 2000s at a midterm meeting in Chicago. And while that seems like a really long time ago, it also seems like it was just yesterday. The first committee I joined was the membership committee, and we were a committee of 2. And while there wasn't a lot of work to do at that time, a lot of tasks were given, it was where it all began. Since then, I've gone on to serve as a regional director and eventually president. I'm very thankful for the lifelong friendships I have made, the opportunities I have had through my participation with NALMS, and probably most importantly, for helping this quiet girl not be quiet anymore. Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining us for this year's NALMS Awards ceremony. We want to congratulate all of our awards winners and look forward to seeing you all in person next year in Minneapolis. Have a great one.